Hey, what's up guys, this is Patch here again with a follow-up video to my previous video about QLab and Mainstage that is called Play Guitar with No Pedal Dance with QLab and Mainstage. Okay, so to give you a little bit of a context, this is what I do. I am a multi-instrumentalist and I also play guitar live, right? Eventually more instruments such as my drums or my bass or even another guitars. What I'm adding to this video regarding the previous one, it's different things. First, I will show you how to control Mainstage with both QLab or a foot controller, a MIDI foot controller. Okay, I got both options, and I actually use the foot controller for many things. Second is I will show you how to do stereo sounds with the guitar, because sometimes when I play a song I use the left channel or the right channel. I will get into that as well. I will show you how to let's say set up a count in, so you have, you know, kind of a count in previous to starting a song. I will also show you how to pause, play and stop cues in QLab. And finally, the most important upgrade of this video regarding the previous one is adding video to the show, because that is something that I was really interested in, and this is because I want to be alone, right, playing in a venue, but I want screens in my back showing myself playing the other instruments, the ones I'm not playing live. So that's my whole idea. I want to record myself playing lead guitars, drums, bass, everything I will not be playing live, right? So it will sound like a band, it will look kind of like a band, even if it's just myself. So let's get right into it. So here on my screen you can see the previous video I'm talking about. So what I will show you right now, it's QLab right there with the example song I've been working on, and then we also have Mainstage, right? So let's start with Mainstage and the foot controller first. Okay, let's start actually with the foot controller now. So as you can see in my screen right now, my guitar is in the clean sound, right? So there you can see, you can hear actually the clean guitar, right? Then that's my controller. So what I do is I store all my changes for this patch that you see on the screen, for these patches, in the bank number 1, which doesn't really matter because this MIDI controller, it basically has its only program change, so it doesn't have control change. So what I have basically stored there is 40 different MIDI messages. That's it. Okay, so having said that, going to the bank number 1, slot number 1 or button number 1 right now, right? That is going to be the program change for my clean sound. Now number 2, it's going to be my crunch. So you will see as soon as I press that, it will switch in the screen, right? And then same thing for the third one, is going to be the dirt left, and then the solo sound. Okay, so I will play guitar. I cannot play and do everything, but you will see how it changes. So the solos one is going to be right in the middle of the mix. There is. Then the dirt one is going to be in the left, right? The crunch also in the left, and the clean also in the left. As I said, that is because I play like that in the, let's say, what I play live is mostly on the left side, okay, except for the solos and a few arrangements there where I play the right guitar as well. So as you can see, is this bank, I have the right, and that sounds in the right. Okay, so that's how you control Mainstage with my foot controller. All right, so that's pretty normal, let's say, so far. Now going a little bit to, you know, starting with QLab now, you will see a lot of things, and I will play it right from here, from this group. I will explain everything now, but I want you to see how, let's put it in the in the solos there, right? As soon as I start this cue, you will notice that the first MIDI message here, it's sending the first patch. You see here note 0, that is going to match this note 0 here in Mainstage. So as soon as I press that, regardless of where I am, the CueLab will send a message to Mainstage and my guitar will switch to clean. So it's gonna be loud because it's in the it's gonna be loud because it's in the solo mode right now, in the solo patch. So I will just play random stuff and play this cue so you can see how it immediately goes to the clean one. Okay, so here we go. You see, it went straight to the clean sound and stayed there. Alright, so now let me explain a little bit of the group so you can understand everything. Remember, I will not go deep into programming all these changes because that is in my previous video, and I will leave a link to that one in the description. It's really necessary that you stop this one, go watch that one, and understand how these changes happen, and then come back to this. Okay, so what I have here is basically two groups, right? In this group where it says switching plus show, I have the click, you see it? So I know I know when to play, right? Actually we'll remove probably the count in because I already have one here, okay, which I will explain later. So as soon as this is over, I will jump straight to the beginning of the song. Okay, I will show you that in a moment, and I will show you also how to add these files here. So then we have the actual song, right? The master version of my song without the parts that I play. So I just go to the mix, I remove all the parts that I play, I mute them, and then, you know, bounce it and master it so it sounds good. So if I play that one, you will start listening to a right cymbal right there while I do the clean intro, and as soon as the lead intro starts, then you will start listening to the recorded clean intro while I start doing the intro solo, and so on. You see, so there is where I would start playing the right guitar. Okay, let's stop this, and then after that I just have the video. Alright, so the video, I will actually, let me put this camera focusing to the big monitor. So let's just imagine for a moment that that big screen right here is where it could be eventually in a venue, a big LED screen, or it could be a big white, you know, screen like a backdrop with a projector, for example. So of course I use it as my own, you know, screen for the show, so I can see exactly what's happening there. Alright, so if I only play the video, the video is muted, by the way, it doesn't have any audio at all, so you will see the video starts to play back there. And of course, when I edit that video, I make sure I started it at the exact same place the audio would start, so they sync. You know, I don't have to do like a syncing in this program or in this setup, but only while you know, exporting the video. Okay, so this is actually a demo video. It's actually the lyric video I made for this song. It's not the final version I want for the live shows, because as I said, I want to show myself playing the instruments that I do not play live. Okay, so that's it. Now all of these MIDI messages here, basically they are very simple. They each have a pre-weight. Okay, That's on the other video, but I will summarize really quickly. They have a pre-weight, so as I said, the clean guitar, it starts from the very beginning, right? As soon as I play the whole thing, it starts. I will show you here what it says clean intro. It doesn't have the play button because it already started. And then the other ones basically have a pre-wait. That means the amount of time that I need to wait before sending this message to Mainstage. Alright, that is pretty clear in the other video, and also the note or the message that they are sending to the where it is. It's here in settings. Okay, so as you can see, this one is channel 1, program number 0. This is 6 for the right dirt. Same number that you see here, P6, P2, P. This one actually has a bank, which doesn't matter. As I say, it doesn't matter because I just have only 40 messages. So if I remove it, it still will work. You know, so that's it basically. 2 that will be back to this dirt, and 0 will go back to, you know, and so on. Now, what I added here that I didn't have in the previous video is this, let's say, master group here. Alright, so with this master group, what I did, and now I will show you my pedal again. So what I did is basically I added a start cue, right? And this start cue is linked to this group here. So I just drag this group there. So by pressing a certain button there, which is gonna be, here is the 37. That's gonna be, now let's go back to my switch. So that's gonna be this previous bank, which is, it says 0, but it's actually the last one, the 10th one for instance in this pedal. I don't want you to get confused there, because that is not what starts the whole cue, the whole song, let's say the whole show for this song. So you see it starts, but it doesn't start the whole thing. It only starts this subgroup here, the show and the switching. Okay, but if I press this one, then it will pause it, and that one is this one you're seeing there right now, the message 36, the first one. So I put it in the first place because in case of anything, if anything happens, you know, I don't know, whatever, and I have to pause the show, then I press that button. Is easily accessible and less likely to be, you know, press accidentally or to not know, or, you know, I don't want to have to think about what button to press. I just know the first one will stop the whole thing. So again, it paused it, it didn't stop it like completely. So if I press the second one again, it resumes. So that's why I program those two cues, this one and this one here. Okay, so if you get confused by the order, I will just switch it like that. Doesn't matter because they are programmed, you know, for that specific function. Now if something really bad happened and I have to stop the whole thing, then I program that in this last cue here at the very end. On actually it's outside that group, but I believe, let me try. I believe I believe I can put it there anyway, so it all, you know, stays inside one group. So let's resume, and now let's try to stop it all, and it stops all, even the video, it's gone again. Okay, so if I start the play button, it doesn't do the counting, it starts straight to the song. You see, that's why I don't use that one to start. I will stop it and I will show you which one I use to start. So here in the main group, there's a trigger option, a program change 39. That will be the very last button in my MIDI controller. So this one will start the whole group, not only the show itself, but the whole group, meaning the counting basically, because this is the only thing that actually sounds there. Okay, so if I press that one, nothing happened. Yeah, no idea. Pause this. Yeah. Let's look at this work just probably, I don't know, see. Oh, I know it's happening here. So this mode. Now say start first, I'll go to the next cue. So if I start by pause it, it will work. So let's try. It starts now, that's it happened. And then it pauses it. Alright, so I need to figure out a way for this to work. So I'm glad this happened here, because then what I can do is I can create another group with these three guys. I will group them and I will call them unlistened controls. Okay, meaning this is meant to pause, resume, or stop everything, and I don't want there, I want that kind of outside. Yeah, so okay, this one starts with first child. That's gonna be the countdown, right? I wanna rearrange that. Yeah, like that. So that's the countdown only, and this will start. We'll see what's best here. Probably this, and then the switching, and then the control. So the switching definitely needs all the children to start simultaneously, because all of these MIDI messages have a pre-wait setup. The countdown definitely starts immediately, and then in continue here I set it up in auto follow, and let me see what happens there. And then these guys, I don't think it matters because they are at the very end. That means if I leave the pause there, it will just pause, but it's gonna be over, so it doesn't matter. But they will just be there in case I need them, right? That's the idea of this group. I don't want this group to actually run. So let's try it. So let's now use them, as I said, the MIDI controller, the foot controller with the last program change, which is the 39. So it starts the countdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. Then the countdown that I will remove, right? But it started the video and everything, as you can see there, so it's working fine. Now let's see what happens with the controls here. If I press the first one there, it didn't pause it. Oh, I'm sorry, I know what I did here. I will change the link to this because I accepted that message. Okay, when I accepted that previous message that you saw, I actually changed the link to these options. I was pausing, starting, and stopping the countdown, but the countdown is long gone, right? So it's working now. If I press play, plays, pause, pauses, and stop, stops, right? Then let's do it again. Let's test it all again. So starts the whole thing. Countdown, 1, 2, 3, 5, go. Then starts the songs, changes to my clean sound. I should be playing in that part. Right, I cannot play because of this girl right here on my legs. Otherwise I would be playing, okay? But you know this works. You see it on the other video. And then I want you to, okay, now we have the other sound. You saw the third guitar is now active. Now I can pause it, works. I can resume it, works. I can stop it, okay? So everything's pretty cool there. And again, that video, it's working really good with this show, right? It starts immediately with the song. When it starts, people will start watching the video while I play. All right, that's the main idea. As you can see, it's really good. Now, few things that you need to know here. In order for this to work, I definitely need in-ear monitors, right? So we'll show you. Right now I'm using, I will grab my cell phone in my hand for a moment. So right now I'm using this guy here, which is an Leon S2R, is the receiver. I'm using this, let me put this over here, and Leon S2, the transmitter, right? And my in-ear monitors, which are this KZ, CS or SZ Pro Z10 Pro, Z10 Pro, I don't remember. They're really good. Alright, I'm also using this lavalier microphone with that AKG transmitter wireless unit, which is amazing as well. So what I wanted you to see here that is very important, it's since this kind of show depends on in-ear monitors, because I'm alone, I don't have a drummer to count in or to, you know, carry the tempo on or anything like that. So I definitely need in-ear monitors, right? So what do? I set up two different outputs, right? So right now, that click, it's that you're hearing. Yeah, you're hearing that. It will only be routed to one of the channels, right? Right now I have it in all of them because I am testing stuff. So this output 1 and 2, it's the monitor outputs of my interface, which I will also show you. This is a Tascam. Sorry, there's a bunch of stuff over that because I'm recording. But this Tascam, it's amazing. Preamps are so good and the quality is really good. So in the back of those things we have 6 outputs, 1 and 2 for monitors, these ones. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 are direct outputs. Alright, so those direct outputs are the ones I will be using to send the signal out to the mixer, right, to the front of house, let's say. That is where people will listen to me, right, through the PA. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I only need either those, right? 3, 4 or 5, 6. And then the 1, 2 will be my monitor mix. So I will connect those to my Leon S2, right? So that way only me, you know, I will hear the click if I leave it here, and this is going to be completely muted. You know, it doesn't even have a value here, so people won't even listen to it. So just by adding this 0 here, it will make it right or left. So it should be like this. Let's stop this. So for the track, which is the song, right, I do -2 to send to my monitors, and it could be 0 actually. I just do it -2 so I can hear my main stage guitar a little louder than the backing track. And I have these old guys, the ones that would go to the front of house, at -10 because they are extremely loud, okay, because they are straight balanced outputs, so they are extremely loud. So that's why I do -10, and I could do even less and control the final volume, you know, by the front of house actually.